June 22, 1986, the Azteca Stadium, Mexico City. 114,000 people packed under a burning midday sun for a World Cup quarterfinal. 51st minute. A miskicked clearance loops high into the England penalty box. Peter Shilton, England's goalkeeper, 6'1", rises to punch it away. Rising beside him is Diego Maradona, 5'5". And in midair, hidden from every official on the pitch, Maradona does something almost nobody in the stadium can see. He punches the ball into the net with his fist. The referee points to the center circle. Goal. England's players chase him across the grass, screaming, slapping their own hands to show what just happened. It changes nothing. The goal stands. One of the most brazen acts of cheating in the history of sport has just been committed in front of hundreds of millions of live viewers, and the only two men who didn't see it were the ones holding the whistle and the flag. 4 minutes later, the same man collects the ball inside his own half. He spins between two England players and simply runs. 60 meters, 10.5 seconds, through almost half the England team, around the goalkeeper, into the net. FIFA would later crown it, officially, the goal of the century. Football's most infamous crime, football's most beautiful goal. The same man, the same match, 4 minutes apart. And here is what the highlight reels never tell you. To millions of Argentines watching at home, both goals, the thefts and the masterpiece, meant exactly the same thing: revenge. Because 4 years earlier, these two countries were not competing, they were killing each other. April 2, 1982, Argentina is ruled by a military junta, a dictatorship drowning in economic collapse and haunted by the thousands of its own citizens it had tortured and disappeared. General Leopoldo Galtieri needs a miracle to survive. He reaches for a 150-year-old wound, a cluster of wind-swept islands in the South Atlantic. Britain calls them the Falklands, Argentina calls them Las Malvinas, and has claimed them since the 1830s. Argentine forces invade. The junta gambles that Britain, 8,000 miles away, will simply accept it. Instead, Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher sends a naval task force across the ocean. The war lasts 74 days. A British submarine torpedoes the Argentine cruiser General Belgrano. 323 men die in the freezing South Atlantic, many of them young conscripts. Argentine missiles set British warships ablaze. By the surrender on June 14th, around 650 Argentinians and 255 British servicemen are dead. For Britain, it is a military victory that revives a struggling government. For Argentina, it is national humiliation. Teenage soldiers sent to freeze and die, underfed and under-equipped by a regime that collapses within a year. The junta falls, the wound does not. Then, in the summer of 1986, the World Cup draw does what no diplomat on earth would dare to do. It puts Argentina and England on the same field. Officially, everyone says the right things. It's only a game. Politics has no place in sport. England's camp refuses to discuss the war. Argentina's coach forbids the topic entirely. But years later, Maradona admitted the truth in his autobiography. He wrote, "They all said it was just football, but they knew Argentine boys had died on those islands. Winning," he confessed, felt like recovering a little piece of the Malvinas. The conditions were brutal. A noon kickoff, scheduled for European television, suffocating heat, 2,200 meters of altitude, and one strange detail: Argentina's players hated their heavy away shirts so much that days before the match, a team official scoured the shops of Mexico City and bought 38 plain blue football shirts off the rack. Staff ironed the national badge onto each and improvised shiny silver numbers by hand. Argentina would play the most politically charged match in World Cup history in shirts from a local store. First half, 0-0, tense, scrappy, fouls and nerves. Then come the 4 minutes. 51st minute, Maradona weaves into the box and pokes a pass toward goal. England's Steve Hodge tries to hook it clear and slices it, looping the ball back toward his own net. Shilton charges out. Maradona leaps, and with a flick of his left fist, disguised beside his head, he punches the ball over the goalkeeper and in. The Tunisian referee misses it. The Bulgarian linesman misses it. Maradona wheels away celebrating while glancing back at the officials, waiting to see if the trick had worked. By his own account, he shouted at his hesitant teammates, "Come hug me now, or the referee will disallow it." Afterwards, reporters asked him directly. His answer became one of the most famous sentences ever spoken in sport. The goal, he said, was scored a little with the head of Maradona and a little with the hand of God. England are still burning with rage when the 55th minute arrives. Maradona takes the ball just inside his own half, hemmed in by white shirts. He pirouettes away from Peter Beardsley and Peter Reid and runs, past the halfway line, past Terry Butcher, inside Terry Fenwick. Shilton rushes out. Maradona feints, glides around him, and as Butcher comes back sliding for one last desperate tackle, rolls the ball into the net. On Argentine radio, commentator Victor Hugo Morales dissolves into tears live on air, calling Maradona a cosmic kite and thanking God for the existence of football. Gary Lineker pulls one back for England with 9 minutes left and comes within inches of an equalizer at the death, but it ends 2-1. England are out, beaten by 1 goal of pure theft and 1 of pure genius. Argentina don't stop. Maradona scores twice more to destroy Belgium in the semifinal and lifts the World Cup after a 3-2 victory over West Germany. Many still call it the greatest one-man tournament ever played. But the England match is the one history refuses to file under sport. In England, the hand of God became a byword for injustice. Peter Shilton never forgave him. Even after Maradona's death in 2020, he wrote that the Argentine had greatness, but no sportsmanship. In Argentina, the very same goal is celebrated, not despite the cheating, but almost because of it. They call it viveza, the cunning of the underdog, the weak picking the pocket of the strong. The second goal proved Argentina could beat England fairly. The first goal proved they could beat them any way they pleased. And Maradona never changed his story. It was never hatred of England's players, he insisted. It was for the boys who never came home from the Malvinas. Whether you call that justice, patriotism, or propaganda depends, even today, on which side of the Atlantic you were standing in 1982. One final detail. At the full-time whistle, England's Steve Hodge, the man whose sliced clearance created the hand of God, swapped shirts with Maradona. He kept that plain blue hand-numbered shirt from a Mexico City shop for 36 years. In 2022, it sold at auction for £7.1 million, At the time, the most expensive piece of match-worn sports memorabilia ever sold. $9 million for a shirt bought in a panic days before kickoff from an ordinary sports shop. Because everyone understands what that shirt really is, not sportswear, a relic from the day sport and war collided in front of the entire world. England lost a quarter-final that afternoon. Argentina, in its own heart, avenged a war. And that is why Argentina versus England was never just football.